Let's make a forget-me-not heart bead, but first we're going to make a couple of stringer tools that we are going to be using while making our bead. You obviously can do this with any glass. These are 2 shorts of Terra Nova, so I'm melting just a small gather and bringing them together, a little about a pea size total, somewhere around there, and then I'm going to slowly pull them until I got the diameter that I want. The faster you go, the smaller the diameter. Then I'm going to melt them in the middle and pull them apart to make them into 2 stringer tools. Now we're going to start the bead with a clear core. This is just a basic clear, and it's a larger diameter rod. We're going to lay it down on the mandrel, pulling it down the length till I get the amount of glass that I think I need to go inside my bead. Turning up the speed of the spinner, and I'm just going to keep adding to the core until I've built up enough to encase in a color. Making a cone shape. And shaping it with the graphite marver. Letting the clear core set up a little bit as I get the gather started on the first color. This happens to be double helix Terra Nova, and I'm going to just basically do small gathers and go around, and then I'm going to come down the length of the bead. This is a very thin layer all the way down to the mandrel, covering the clear. Now I'm going to add a second color. This happens to be Psyche from double helix, and I'm going to go up on the mandrel on the top end of the bead and covering the clear on that end. Just doing small gathers. The core is not getting thoroughly hot, so we're able to just skim around the edge and add the glass. Using a graphite marver, we're going to shape, bringing some glass down onto the mandrel to form a pucker, which isn't necessarily important at this point of the bead. The top part of the heart is going to need to have a really nice pucker, so we're going to try to form that using the marver. Heat it up, bring it to the crunch press, and press it at an angle so that the top end is thicker than the point. Using a number 3 crunch press from Cattwalk tools, I'm heating up the top of the heart, and I'm going to use the edge of the tool to form the lobes. You can use a knife if you want. This is just the way that I've done it forever. Now we're doing the other side. Pressing each side of the heart to kind of bring the lobes together. Now using the stringer tool, this one is going to help me drag glass around on the bead. Heating up one of the outer edges of the heart, I'm dragging the glass from one color to the next and bringing it in an arc over the lobe of the heart and stopping. I'm going to break it off once it's cool enough to break off. Turning down the speed since I don't need it to form the bead. Now we're just decorating, so a little bit slower speed works great. Bringing it up and around the top of the lobe. So that's one side of the bead. The other side of the bead, of the heart, we're going to come up the middle and out on the lobe of the heart, just arcing over the curve of the heart. Heating up the other edge, coming up the middle, and arcing over the left side of the heart. Now just heating up the center line, we're going to take the stringer tool and pull down toward the tip. Same as the other side. Center of the heart, pulling down. Then we're going to do the same thing on the edge. Bringing the glass down to the tip. Breaking off. Other side. Breaking it off. Starting with one of the lobes, we're going to use the stringer tool to spin a spiral on the top edge of the glass that we brought up and around. Other side of the same side of the heart, going the other direction toward the middle of the heart. Now doing the other side where we came up the middle and went out, we are doing a spiral going out from the middle. Now we're heating up the tip of the heart, the bottom, and going to drag the glass with the stringer tool around and kind of blend in all those little pieces that we brought down earlier. And then I'm just trying to get the heart tip to have a pucker, flattening each side. And because that is Psyche on the top, we need to reduce it to bring out some color. So I'm doing a reducing flame and then going back to neutral, kind of wash the reduction off and seeing if I've got some color underneath. I didn't get quite enough, so I'm just doing it again, slowing down and doing each side separately. Washing it with the neutral flame. Doing a little bit more. And now I have a really nice blue that came to the surface of this glass. All done.